dude, I can't draw, and just what's the point in drawing if I just can't do it? No. Hey guys, today I'm going to encourage you in a video because I have a lot of comments down below that I'm seeing, and it just kind of like saddens my heart, you know, a little bit, because a lot of people are essentially saying, I can't draw, and I just want to tell you guys that that's not true. It's a myth. And so I'm going to show you guys some of my very, very first paintings and drawings, just to show you basically how far you can go if you practice a lot. And now I'm just going to say this. My very first paintings look nothing, or even my drawings, they look nothing like what I do now. And that's because I did them when I was young. And honestly, when I was in grade school, up until about, I would say, like 7th grade, like all below then, like my art never stood out. I never got compliments on it. People would just be like, like that was in school. I mean, my family was supportive and stuff because I liked to draw at home, and that's different. And I don't know, I just stuck with it because I liked it, and I didn't really think like there was a standard to how good you had to be. You had to like something, and just, you know, you kind of like get lost in yourself when you practice and just don't really keep track of time. You just do what you want to do because you like it. And so first of all, I just want to say, make sure you always keep that in mind when you draw, because drawing isn't a competition. It's really not. And I just want everybody to know that. You know, there's always going to be somebody out there who's better than you, and it's going to show, and it's probably going to make you feel a little bit sad inside. For instance, when I watch YouTube videos, I feel kind of like, oh man, they're really good. But I have to tell you this. You can't compare yourself to others and make that your standard, in which if you can't reach that, then you're just going to be done with art. That's not how it works. I mean, that would be like, I don't know, a cook wanting to be like the best cook in the world for her family, but she just can't be that, and so she's just done, and we're just going to starve actually because I can't get there. No, it's not like that. And so let's just start with some of my first things, and then I'm going to show you a painting, a sneak peek at a painting that is not videotaped, so it won't ever go on YouTube, so I'm going to show it to you here, and I'm not finished with it either. But that's good, because I can show you something that's also imperfect, because you know what? My art isn't perfect, and I don't think anybody's perfect, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you find this encouraging, and let's get started. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a painting, and I believe this was with tempera paint, and it's not like one of the best things, but I remember when I painted this, I think I was in like the 4th or 5th grade, and I was very proud of it, and it wasn't the best one in the class, but you know, I had so much fun when I was making that it didn't matter, and so I kept it because I just remember how fun it was, and it's kind of embarrassing to show now, but you know what? I'm just going to put myself out there and show you guys how it works. Practice will take you far. So this is a little Indian guy, girl that I drew, and it was pretty cute. I think it's still pretty cute, and obviously you can look up close, you can hardly see that nose because I didn't shade a whole lot, and I didn't understand that concept. And when you start art and your stuff doesn't look realistic at first, and you know, it's just kind of disappointing. There's concepts that you're not going to understand at first. It's just, that's how all hobbies start, you know? Like when you're a photographer, for instance, you're not going to know a whole lot about, like when you want to get into photography, for instance, you're not going to know a whole lot about like exposure and stuff until you learn about it. That's how we grow as people. So yeah. Anyway, I didn't understand shading at that point, and I don't know, but I really liked this, and I had a lot of fun making it, and so I kept doing art. So don't give up. If you're at this point, you're doing great. Just keep going. I just want you to know that. And so, time also went by, and I did some pastel work, and I'm going to show you this too, and it's also not the best, but you know what? It's okay. So we don't have to be good, but we all start somewhere. And so this is where I started with oil pastel. I drew a dog. See how, okay, this piece of paper is pink. You can see a lot of pink underneath. Okay? So, yeah, I'm still actually not that good at oil pastel, and that's probably something I should practice because I realized, you know, I'm not that good at it, and so I just kind of put it on the back burner and stopped. But you know what? how am I going to get better if I don't practice? You know what I mean? So let's all just keep that in mind. Okay, but painting does get better because when I got older, this is probably about, okay, the date is on it. May 23rd, 2005. I was in the 6th grade, I think. 5th or 6th grade, something like that. I don't know. So I'm kind of getting the concept of shading, okay? This is on a canvas, and some people might think, wow, what a waste of canvas if I don't know how to paint. That is not true. Not true, not true, not true. Keep painting. You have to get used to the mediums that you want to work with, and it's okay. This isn't a very expensive canvas. It's one of those very thin ones, and that's totally okay. If you want to practice on something cheap like this to get better, do it. So I want you to know that if you are at this point, keep on doing art if you like it. And if you just want to get better, then yeah. We all start somewhere. Here's another painting I did, and this is just plain black paint with like sprinkles on it for snow. This actually is pretty cute if you think of things abstractly, and I did all of those paintings and drawings and stuff I just showed you like before 7th grade. As time went by, I started drawing more and taking more interest in it, and my mom started getting me canvas, art supplies, then she got me an art desk, and my whole family was super encouraging, and it was just really nice because they were encouraging me on a path to just do what I loved. And I didn't really think of it as like a competition or who I'm better than or who's better than me, whatever. You know, it's okay. And I still know I'm not better than people, but I'm practicing and I'm messing with different styles. And so, this, can you see it? This is what I'm working on now. Okay, so I'm just going to try to get this zoomed in here. See these little creatures? This is my Creatures of Peace series, and there's a lot of symbolism behind this. And so now, once you practice with art enough, you can start pouring your emotions into it and giving it meaning. It's not just about, like, trying to get better at shading or trying to get better at a concept. It's about, like, putting emotions into something while trying to get better. And that's when art is just so enjoyable. And so, I don't know. When I do these things, I don't think of it with a mentality like, oh, I need to be better than my friend or something like that, or she's so much better than me, so I should just stop doing art. No, that is just a lie, and I just want you to know that if you find yourself thinking that, I just hope that you feel the love coming from this video and knowing that, like, you can get better and you can keep on getting better, and it might be a rough start, it might be a lot of hours of practice, but you know what? It will get better. It always does. And I feel like I'm giving like this life emotion pep talk now, but anyway. I'm just going to give you a couple tips though on getting better. If you do like want to really pursue this hobby and stuff and you want to feel better about your work, you have to practice almost every day, at least once a week at first, you know, and so I recommend just getting a little sketchbook. And girls, this is great for you. Guys, this is great for you too, because if like guys have big pockets usually, girls have purses, and so you can get one of those like little sketchbooks, take it with you, and when you're like bored in a layover at an airport, or you're like waiting for someone in the car, but you see this like funny looking lady walk by and you're like, hey, I like all her like exaggerated features, I want to hurry up and draw this, and so you draw it and you get better at that kind of stuff. Another thing is to watch other YouTube tutorials. There's so many good artists out there and they can give you so much help. I mean, there's like realistic art tutorials, there's cartoon ones, there's abstract ones, like knitting, everything, you know what I mean? So use those. We make them so that you can use them and you can enjoy them and not only feel entertained but expand upon your hobbies, and so I hope that you feel encouraged to do that. So yeah, anyway, I also think that you should make friends who like to do art too, or join like some sort of online art community and just, you know, post your stuff out there and make yourself vulnerable so that they can critique you constructively. And you should also practice constructively critiquing people too, because this will help you, like, you know, you just have like blind spots, so to speak. Like maybe you can't figure out why you can't move forward and you're just kind of stuck. That's a point when maybe you need to grab a friend and be like, hey, can you tell me what you think about this, because I'm just not feeling it here, I just don't know. And then your artist friend will be like, yeah, you just need to shade like this part and it'll be greater, you know. Maybe your color scheme's a little off, something like that, or maybe you should go back into practicing your figures and get your proportions down right and then come back to your painting. It's great. So yeah. One more thing is if you get frustrated and it's just not working out for you, you know what? This happens all the time. It's okay. We feel your pain. So art is basically like that love-hate relationship, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you feel like kind of frustrated and you keep slaving over the same piece, walk away. Just walk away from it and come back later. This one time I walked away from a painting and I came back from it a year later. I'm going to show you that painting. Hold on a second. Okay, so when I first had the interest in doing my Creatures of Peace series, I wanted to basically like center around like fuzzy creatures and the concept of time. And so I started painting this, but it was not working out at all. Like, I don't know, can you see that little creature with the clock? Focus, 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 focus. So this was not working out and it made me like really annoyed, and I kept trying to slave over it and it was not working. Trust me, it was not working, and I was just getting annoyed, didn't know what to do, and so I was like, you know what, I might just gesso over this and do something different with it, I don't know. And so I tucked the canvas away and I kept looking at it and was like, man, I like the concept of this painting so much, but you know what I mean? And so a year went by and one day I was really bored and decided, let's finish that and let's just kind of change some things in the painting because I don't really like the way some of these things look, because a year went by and my taste changed a little bit, my style changed a little bit, you know, all those things, you throw them together and yeah. Anyway, I came back a year later and you can check that video out on my channel actually. So if you want to see me finish this and see what it started as, like the year prior to me finishing it, you can actually see, and I changed a lot of stuff in it, and so, yeah, it'll get better. So if you feel stuck, you can set stuff aside and come back a year later and keep painting, you know? But anyway, there is no bad artist out there, in my opinion. You just have to keep practicing. And also, I feel like all of you artists, your stuff is worth it, and your hobby is worth it, and your enjoyment and your happiness, all of that, it's worth it around your art, and so keep doing it. And don't give up on it just because somebody says you're not good or you feel like you're not good. Keep trying, man, it's okay. We all get hung up sometimes and frustrated and saddened and a little jealous of other artists, but you know what, it's okay. So keep trying, and yeah. If you have any questions or you want any more like talk videos on this sort of thing, advice videos, let me know, because yeah. Alrighty, well, that's all, and I will see you in next week's video.